Hello, Changemakers! I am Melissa and I am a coach here at stedtnitz Design Your Life. Recently, we noticed that many clients are lacking energy and inspiration to follow their goals. So we reached out to Stefan Schwitter, founder and head coach of Zenmove, which offers the first workout ever that combines tension and relaxation in less than 30 minutes. As a kid, Stefan wanted to become a Buddhist monk or a professional wrestler. As an adult, he achieved the latter, competing in over 300 matches in 15 different countries. In 2004, he decided to become a fitness coach. With his extensive knowledge of the body and fitness, and his passion to accompany people psychologically and mentally, he finally decided to create his own holistic concept completely new to the world. So he founded Zenmove in 2016, developed it steadily, and opened the current successful Zenmove studio at Stauffacher in 2020. Stefan, thank you so much for joining us today.
What an introduction. Hello.
So Stefan, you describe yourself as a physical and emotional coach. Would you like to tell us about what led you in this direction?
Well, I was always interested in people, and I was always interested in myself and the way I function and the way I function in this world. And I believed already when I was about 7 years old that everybody comes into this world not by accident, but with a specific purpose. It doesn't mean that everyone finds his purpose, but I was always striving in that direction to really find what I can offer to this world at a very young age. And then as you said, I wanted to become a Buddhist monk. I was very interested in stillness, which sounds also not that normal when you think about being a little kid growing up here in Switzerland. But I was always interested in what is more to life, like diving deeper into it, trying to understand people, trying to understand the psychological part, the emotional part. I was very emotional myself, like I had a lot of temper, especially when I was a wrestler. Being a wrestler wasn't my purpose, as I found out, but it was a very interesting and very important stage on my way of becoming a coach. And I didn't want to become like a normal fitness coach. I wanted to go all the way in the meaning of going deep into that. And here I am looking back, and it kind of makes sense.
Nice. So yeah, you definitely managed to go deeper and to be more than just a fitness coach. So meditating is not usually a thing that people do after sports, especially you with your wrestling background. How did you come up with the idea to combine those two things?
Well, I was always interested in meditation myself. That's why I went to study with Buddhist monks to go into that. But I have to really say what's very important. There is a difference between meditation and living a meditative life, like being meditative. I was always a little more attracted to living a meditative life, which means everything you do with your 100% focus, and you bring everything into that. And when you take a look into the sports field, there you can see it on a daily basis, how those athletes do exactly that. They are like, if there's a good athlete, he is 100% in the motion and the movement that he is doing. He's in the flow, people say. And I got some bad injuries while being a wrestler, because like the spotlights and wrestling in front of thousands of people, you kind of lose track. You get attracted into the output, like the showing off. But it happened in my case that I lost the other path of turning inward again. And then I talked with a lot of athletes, a lot of professors also, and they yeah, they really said it's all about the relaxation part that I already knew, but I kind of lost track. Then I paid the price for that I forgot it. And that's why I came together with all that. And when you practice Zenmove, you don't have to be an athlete. You can be an all normal person, because also here the world is running on such a fast pace level,
Yeah.
always full speed, that we lose track. And we just are, like putting stuff out, like working out, but the working in we tend to forget.
Yeah, very important. So, is it really possible to stay fit and become relaxed in only 24 minutes? How is that possible?
With Zenmove, obviously. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. When the person comes to Zenmove, we are so in the head the whole day. Like when we get up, the brain is already functioning, and we already produce stress hormones. And since we're so attached to the head and this little world up here, we forget everything the way down. Like our body pays the price.
Yeah.
And that's why it's not that hard to bring the people from the head down to the body by doing physical exercises. This is not something new. This makes sense.
Yeah.
So I bring the people from the head down to the body, and we do that with the system of working very slowly. Also here, if you want to become meditative, you have to follow the movement. You cannot, if you go and look in a fitness center and you see people working out or exercising, they're attached to the music, they're attached to everything that surrounds them, but not really paying attention. And Zen means to pay attention to what you're doing. And so I bring people down from the head to the body, and then you are basically open and receiving to dive into a relaxation, because your body is exhausted, you're tired, and then you're more open on laying down and enjoying a relaxation. So, and that's why it's not that hard, it's complex on the inside if you dive deeper into Zenmove, but the idea is simple. It's very, very simple.
Yeah, thank you. So what else would you recommend busy business people who don't have a lot of time? How can they stay fit, calm down, and pay attention to what they do?
You see, I'm not really a big believer in having no time, because I train people, CEOs, who work like 14 hours a day, and they still manage to prioritize. So it's a priority. If you make yourself a priority to working out, to exercising, then you find your time. The other thing is just an excuse that, it's just an excuse, to be honest. But there are very busy people out there. And what would I suggest? Just pay attention to everything you do. When you get up in the morning, like the morning is the most important part of your day. Like you can say the morning predicts the day. If you get up stressed, you're already unconscious. You're going into routines and you completely do them unconsciously, and then you're not paying attention. And then you take this level through the whole day, and you live an unconscious day. You might have done 5,000 different things, but in the end of the day, you're not satisfied because you lived unconsciously. So make your moves very conscious. Just doing this, getting up in the morning and acknowledge and know, okay, I'm alive. I want to attach to my breathing, because this is the easiest part of connecting to this moment. Because without breathing, you wouldn't be here. So connect to what is here, connect to simple things. And then you will see and find out that you have a lot more energy. You're basically not running out of energy if you're always paying attention. and paying attention to one thing at a time. And this is what I would suggest to busy business people who have no time.
Wow, thank you for that great advice.
Sure.
So, what aspects of your current job do you enjoy the most?
I enjoy all of them because, and this is not a lie, because, you know, I enjoy to train people and I enjoy to clean the mat afterwards. And this is what Zen teach me. I don't categorize in this is stuff that I like to do and this is stuff that I dislike or I don't like to do, because then you are in the mind. Mm-hmm. And if you do everything fully and 100%, then you will find that you're basically always satisfied because you dive into what you're doing. And this sounds like a good and great quote, but this is the truth. So I like being alone and cleaning the mat because this is how I was raised. You know, also in wrestling, you learn to respect everything that you do. Mm-hmm. And you're not only enjoying the shows in front of 5,000 people, you enjoy the shows in front of 5 people, and you enjoy to clean the mat afterwards. So you're not categorizing, and that's why liking, if you say I like, then there must be a dislike. Mm-hmm. But I do everything with the same attention, or at least I'm trying to. I'm not a master in that, but I'm a little more aware than some people.
What a nice way to live your life. So I heard that you recently achieved a Guinness World Record with the heaviest kettlebell swing in 1 hour. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
What inspired you to this achievement?
I was always inspired by doing the impossible, like what people claim to be impossible. There are impossible things. I cannot jump out of the window and fly because this is physics. I will fall. But the impossible that your brain is telling you or your mind is telling you by the stories that it creates, that you cannot do it. And I was obviously, it's not so impossible for my life because I was always very physical. I was paying attention and training my mind since I was like 10, 11 years old. So, but it should be a statement to the outside world also that Zenmove works. You know, kettlebell is not Zenmove. Kettlebell is a sport. But I trained Zenmove and all that stuff to really master my body and master the mind. And then like the kettlebell swing becomes, the record becomes like the consequence. Mm-hmm. So you go and get it. Mm-hmm. But I had a strategy and I worked towards it. And people always do 2 mistakes. Either they don't start, or second, they will not finish all the way. Mm-hmm. And this is basically the main reason why so many people are frustrated and unhappy, because they either never start or they don't finish. And this is a message to the outside world, at least that a few people I reach with that if you go and do it, just go all the way. And then you will be satisfied with that. And that's why I basically did it.
Thank you. So it's all about the mindset, the strategy, hard work, and just go through with it. Yeah, thank you for that advice.
You can't deny the hard work. This must be this must be it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, as a professional wrestler, but also a businessman, you mastered many challenges. How did you deal with setbacks, and what helped you through this process?
Also here, you have to try to enjoy the setbacks. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, of course, you have to train that because you get very frustrated. We're so impatient. We want to have the things right now. But this would be very dangerous to having things right now because you don't have time to enjoy them because you worked for it. I didn't see the setbacks, and that's just my character. I don't know how to train that. Of course, if you do meditation and learn to detach from the world a little bit, then you learn that, of course. But I always had that. If somebody told me no, I did until I was a yes. So I don't know how you train that. Just never give up and learn from it. This is very, very important. If you have a setback or you lose something, go into self-reflection and ask yourself, why did I go and get that? Why didn't it work out? Must be strategy, must be preparation, all that stuff, very important to go and get it again. But don't say, oh, I don't care if it didn't work, then I try it again with the same strategy and it doesn't work. Then you're just like naive. But learn from setbacks. They are good.
Mm-hmm. So what are your next goals moving forward in your work?
In work or in private stuff, like record stuff.
Well, you can share everything you'd like with us.
Okay. Well, most important is that Zenmove becomes accessible to people, like to a broader spectrum of people, because it hits the nerve of time.
Yeah.
So this is the time to do it. Every person who comes in says, I don't believe that in 12 minutes I can do a good workout. Pro athletes say that, and normal people say that. And when they leave, they say, oh, I didn't expect that. So something must be right with that concept. So we want to make it accessible. And after the relax box, when people come out, you see it in their eyes, and you always see in their eyes how they feel. If you're stressed, I see it in your eyes. If you're happy, I see it in your eyes. If you're relaxed and you are, you feel yourself, I see it in your eyes. So something must be right with that concept. So we want to make it really accessible to the people. So this is the next goal, and this is a big, big goal. This is like a vision to make it accessible to the whole world at some point. But also here we need a strategy, and we have the strategy. It's the same with any record that you want to achieve. You need a good strategy. You need a mission in order to accomplish the vision. And as I said, there are some more records that I could break. So I will definitely being involved in that, but this is not an ego type of thing. Of course, it satisfies me. And when I say me, I mean my ego. Because you have to be careful with what is me. Also here, the Zen question, who am I? It goes a little deep. But also here, there are some stuff that I really have to, as a coach, that I can put out more with actions in order to inspire people. Words are good, but after the words, action must follow. If the action doesn't follow, you're just a talker, and it's not good. So that's why I create something with action, and then I see where it leads me.
Nice, absolutely. So what would you recommend to young adults to realize their own ideas, or maybe even business ideas?
Yeah, so it's good to have ideas. We all have ideas. We have thousands of ideas. But to break the ideas down in how does this serve me and how does this serve the people? And if you have the answers for that, then you go for a strategy, how to make it accessible. And you always start with yourself. You see, if you bring something very new to the market, which is, there is nothing new under the sun. But if you bring something new on the market, you have to lead by example. You have to believe 100% in what you're doing. If you do that, and if you feel that it makes your life better, then you try to bring it to the people. I had to wait 3 months for my first client in 2016 when I started Zenmove. 3 months for one client. This is long, I tell you that. So you're sitting in your fully equipped, basically studio, and wait for clients to come. I didn't wait in order to when do people come. I worked on myself. And this is what I said in my TED talk. if you work on yourself really, really hard and on your idea, it will spread if it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So never give up on that. Learn from setbacks and have a strategy. And the strategy, it could change, but believing in you is 100% necessary.
Thank you for this inspiring advice. Very nice. So, what lessons have you learned on your way to becoming the founder of Zenmove? Like, how do you feel when you look back at how far you've come? Anything you wish you would have done differently?
No, nothing differently. It needed this time. And being honest, I don't look back that often because I don't think I have done so much in this world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I just did live my life the way I had to. It's like a hard thing. But lessons, I had a very, very good wrestling coach, like a very good one. He was a Native American. Mm-hmm. And natives, they are one with nature. And he always said the strongest, the longest, which means if you work on something, you just become strong if you are working on it and never give up. Because in the end, like if you work, you get the reward, in the end, but you don't know when the end is. Mm-hmm. You just keep on working on your dream and on your vision, and the strongest, the longest. Don't try to have it tomorrow. Don't go for the quick fix. Also here, when you do Zenmove, don't look for the quick fix. When do I get this? When do I get that? Just start. And then you go, and then you walk and prepare for a marathon. And then in the end, you will be rewarded, always. That was it with me, and I've seen it with many, many people.
And how did you break down your ideas to a vision? How do you do that? How do you get a clear vision of what you'd like?
It wasn't only with me, like in that time, Zenmove is not a one-man show. It started as a one-man show, but I see, my knowledge is very limited. My business, I'm not I don't consider myself a businessman. No, I'm not. But I am intelligent enough to know that I need people who also good in their field. Mm-hmm. So that's why the vision is not only in my brain. Mm-hmm. It was created by lots of great people who are involved in this project. Mm-hmm. And if you want to make it accessible to a lot of people, don't think you can do it alone. Just mm-hmm. look for a great band. Everyone plays their instrument, and then you get a good song in the end. So look for people and then create together.
Mm-hmm. Stefan, what an inspiring story you shared with us today. Thank you so much. We wish you all the best with your future goals. And changemakers, if you'd like to bring your fitness to a new level, not only physically but also mentally, make sure to check out Zenmove on www.zenmove.ch or on Instagram at @Zenmove_official. Thanks a lot, Stefan.
Thank you.